Hi, welcome back. So this is basically where we left off in the first episode. We've got our little industrial zone growing over here on the left. Got some commercial up the centre strip along either side of the road, and we've got and some across the front, and we've got residential off to the right hand side here. I think the goal in this episode is going to be to exploit the farm area that's out here, and so build just a farming zone there and move away from this polluting heavy industry already, so that we can keep the city pretty clean. I'm hoping that I'll get at least to the next milestone, which is the 1200 for a tiny town, but we should be able to get to Boomtown in this episode. 2200 in half an hour shouldn't be too big a deal. That'll get us into doing some of the things that we really actually want to do. So 1200 will get us parks, which would be nice to get the pedestrians moving around, and to make things look better and everything. And then at 2200 we get highway infrastructure, and we get our cemetery that we're looking to build. We also get toll booths, which I think I might want to do something with this game, and we'll see where we go from there. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go take a look over here at the farm area. I need this on over here. I really wish that that would stay on whilst I'm in here, so I've got to turn it back on. Just going to zone basically around where this darkest and second darkest levels are, and then I'll square it up because that's the way I generally do things. But this is going to be a pretty reasonable sized farming area, because that's going to be our primary industry for much of this city and its employment. Now you need to have some of the zone on the edge of it so that it builds non-farming stuff as well, I believe. I know you do for the forestry. Now let's just rename this zone. We've got we'll use Magnolia that it's got there, but let's make sure that we know that it's the farms. Magnolia farmland, I think, will be a good start. It has that. Don't currently have any useful policies for it, so we don't need to worry about that yet. But oops, that was silly. I do that sort of thing fairly regularly, close windows when I don't mean to, and all of that. But yeah, so now that we've got that, I need to do some roads for it, but unfortunately it doesn't stay showing with the roads on. It would be really useful if there was a way to do that. If anyone knows, that'd be awesome. So I'm just going to plot out some dirt roads. Snap please, thank you. Now, so that goes to there, and let's have a look. That's not all the way through, so a bit further, probably another 10. Yeah, that's near enough, so it's probably 20 out to the right from there. I think it's about 30 deep like that, so let's have a look see at that. And that's all pretty much within the farm area, so that's a good start. Let's do the same on the other side. I might keep these roads dirt, I might upgrade them. Undecided yet as to what's happening with that. Let's run road down the middle of those, and I think that's about the size of block that we want in this farming area. At some point I'll probably go off of being nice organised blocks like this, but for the moment we're going to run with that. I am going to upgrade this road that runs into there though. Keep it with this nice thin one. I might go with this plain blacktop that doesn't have any lane markings or anything on it. Nice country road sort of feel. Take that out to there. And then we'll run some power out there because don't get far without power. Oops, on the corner there like that. Some to the back corner as well. Let's wrap around and actually put some power all around it so we can oh wow, not enough money already. Let's hit unpause and get some money back then. Go with that, that's power out there. We'll need some water to them as well. So let's continue this grid that we're going with the water when we've got some money for it. All of this infrastructure always costs so much money, but that's why you build the battery to start with, so you can be generating money. We got over 1,000 coming in every week at the moment, so it'll come in pretty quick. Already up to 900 people, so rolling along towards that 1,200 goal, which is the next thing. Hopefully we've got this farmland set up and running by then. There's the outside pipeline. We'll have to wait again in the middle for the next ones. Oh, because I don't have money, I can't see if that's the right line. Yes, it is. I think I can take a loan. I'm not sure if I've got access to the first loan yet or not, but I prefer not to take a loan if I don't have to. Because we don't actually have any industrial demand yet, there's no farms being built, but hopefully soon they will. So that we can generate this money as quick as we can, and we'll hopefully get back to something a little more interesting shortly. And that covers all of that, so we can leave that there. So because of that, I think I might unzone some of the industrial down here, which will just push new industrial growth up to the farmland area. So let's strip those out there. And we'll turn that into commercial, because for the moment that's where that's going to be. Apparently I missed these 6 or so bits with zoning before, so we'll fix them up for the moment, but that'll eventually go as well, and we'll have all the industrial zone being up here on the farm. Oh, that we've already got one farm coming in here. So whose house is this one? No, it's a Goods Unlimited industrial building. Got this extended indicator that I need to learn more about how it works, but it shows up reds and greens and percentages like this here is showing with the police department. And they're probably a little out of the police zone, so they're not actually getting any coverage. Saying it doesn't have any power. Let's see why. Oh, because they're just off of where the power poles are. Well, hopefully somebody else builds next to them and we don't have to hook one in front of the house. I currently have the day-night cycle on still as well, but I may or may not turn that off. I may get another mod which enhances the brightness of the mouse spotlight so that I can have nighttime on but still see when I want to do things. Maybe I'll just have to do this with the power for now, just to get them growing. Over in residential area, we're seeing some water shortage because of the way the auto budget thingy works. Sometimes it lets it get a little low. Looks like most of the residential zones have actually built something on them. Sorry about the poor weather. It's raining here in Waverley at the moment, which is always amusing when they're complaining about water whilst it's raining. But yeah, there's a lot of open space still by the looks. So hopefully we can keep getting more people moving in. We're rapidly approaching 1200 and we'll have our next lot of unlocks. And I might just, the water availability is good, but the power, it does frustrate me sometimes, the auto budget thingy. So I may modify the settings on it further, but we'll see where we're at. I let it run with an extra 5% or so coverage at the moment. I might bump that up to 10, especially for the water, because it seems to be a pretty regular problem at the moment that it'll people will get shortage before it actually upgrades. Well, it's dropped all the way down into the red again, so it seems to be yo-yoing quite a bit. So yeah, these show how much demand and supply on them. So if you can hover over them for more than 5 seconds, more than a second, it'll show it up, and it can be useful. It's usually a lot more stable than it seems to have been so far this time, but yeah, not sure why. Looks like we're running out of drive on the growth. Oop, there's the tiny town popping up, which is why it was pausing a bit. Well, that'll help with growth. We're going to be building a park, and we're going to put in some pedestrian and bike paths, and we probably won't build the high school and public library yet, but we'll be planning on them. Yeah, I think that's about all with that. We'll have a look and then we'll work on building our path, building our first park. So, what's that? There's a new building in there, which is the... No, there's no new building in there, you lie. Buildings are in this one. That's where the parks are. So all the regular parks are still around. Well, they're nice to put in the local area. I find a lot of them are just a little large. I mean, that's not too bad a size. It's got a fairly huge coverage area. So I might put that one in here. We'll knock out one house, I think, but it'll be good. Cover everybody. And that makes everybody happy. But what I'm mostly going to do is, I think the city deserves to have its own actual city park. So I need to go and zone a park zone. And let's do that up here off the top of this. Run it down to the water, because even though it's where the outflow is currently, it's useful to have some water's an area in your park so that you can put in the waterside features. So let's look at that now. There we go here. Yes, I'm looking at parks. We'll put a nice big main gate in over here near the main road. And that unlocks the actual park stuff. Let's not have that popping up all the time. And we'll have a secondary side gate over here. Nice for them to walk along inside the park rather than out. Might actually just fence this whole road off because I can. Interesting that it won't let me build right along the front fence there. Maybe I won't fence that off then. Alright, let's use this thing with the trees on it. Path. And we'll do this. We'll go out 5 and curve it around. And go straight across from there. Let's do a hook up there. And then let's reverse that from here. So we're going to it's got to go out 7 because the thing is shorter. It's 8 to there, so let's do that. It's not exactly a nice even curve, but it's nice at curve. So for the moment, that's all we've got there. Let's put in a plaza somewhere in the middle. Covers all of the park area there, maybe. Let's go with this end. Want this end as well, because you only start with a few buildings available in your first one. You've got a little park cafe which will sit in the middle. Parks need toilets, so let's have a toilet opposite the cafe because they should be near each other. And the final thing, it's got a park info booth which I like to put near the main entrance because that's where you find it. It would be nice if there was a little park info booth that you could put somewhere else. And you can build other things, and then there's props all the way along at the end. But it's nice to have a little info booth as well as the big one. So that'll do for now with the park. It's not Belmont Gardens. We're in Waverley, so let's make it Waverley Gardens. And let's keep the price. Let's leave the price in the middle at the moment. I will jack the price up later because it's always useful to make money from your parks. Advertising campaign and the main park, always good for drawing people in, and nightly fireworks are always good to see, I guess. But night tours are good. These ones I'll use later when I've got other types of parks about. Yeah, let's put the celebrate on. We'll get some fireworks going. People have started using it already, as you can see here. We've had 2 visitors come in, and yeah, hopefully this will earn us a bit of money in a short period of time. For the moment it'll cost a bit, but that's part of growing the city. What's this water shortage over here? Nope, gone. Oh, there's some fireworks already. Boom. The car park that's around the entrance gate, I might actually add in one of the car parks that I've got with this as well. One of these solar car parks. Helps provide some power. Also, not a huge amount of upkeep, but provides some actual cost, however, because that plaza's there and won't fit right next door. Let's put it this side of the road then. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's do that. I was amused to find that these solar roofed car parks don't actually count as renewable energy when I was doing a scenario recently, which I found kind of amusing that they weren't. Yeah, they're functional car parks. The cars will drive in off the road and park in underneath there, and hopefully we'll see some of them doing that at some point. Scroll back and move away from those fireworks. They're pretty and all, but they're kind of noisy as well. Got growing residential demand here and running out of space for it. So what I might do is extend these roads a bit and build some residential on the other side of the park area, which will drive pedestrians through our parks. I've just noticed now that things are going to be in the way of this, so it might be time to switch things up a little bit, move this road way around that. Oh, I'd have a one-way road. Well, that's okay, that's what I wanted, I think. Yes. The other one needs to... needs to curve around that. Destroyed some power lines, so I'll pause that and make sure they're connected still. That one there actually gets into there, so these ones over here I can probably get rid of. Yeah, these aren't actually powering anywhere. That one, there we go, and that one. I'll take this one away, so I'm just going to use this movement mod. No, because moving the power lines has always been problematic. Let's build a new little one here, to there, and move this little bit. And now we can fix up some zoning, because, well, it doesn't take out the zone underneath the wires, it does take it from underneath the stands where they start. Now let's see where the park goes up to. Right there. Okay, that's lovely. Let's grab the road that we want. This one here. And we'll go out 30, no, 40. So let's go straight road. We'll go 50. Because, well, that's what we've got. Those roads don't look like they're parallel. They must be, because they're always 10, so that's something, I guess. That wants this one-way road from here. Out of money again. That will be probably a constant thing where I keep spending the money while we're in pause. So let's turn that on again so that it builds up again. At some point when I run out of money, I might actually check to see how long it is that I need to have that have a negative balance for that goal. So let's zone all of this internal area, this end, and all of that. We need to build that road across there. Let's grab the regular little using on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this park, and right, we need some money for side gates, 2 grand each, because we're going to put a couple of side gates over this side, and paths for them to walk straight across. And hopefully that'll build traffic from the park, from the northern residential area to the southern residential area. And yes, we don't have power to the northern residential area yet, but I'll fix that. There's power poles not far off to the side. Actually, let's go do that now, because they'll... Oh, look, they've got power. How's that for timing? Terrible, because I turned from being in here. Let's put a path in while we're waiting for the money. Like that. Now we've got the money for the park gate. We'll put that in over here and build a path from it. Just like that. So far nothing really that special in the park, but we need water up here, of course. So everywhere needs water. Wish these water pipes carried the electricity conduits as well, but not in this game. So let's just temporarily grab power pole there and there. That should power there. Yep. Once we've got houses built out to here, I'll get rid of those because they're not that nice to look at and they're not great being in a park. We'll have power all the way around to there. Now we're quickly getting up to 1500. We're not going to make it to 2200 this episode like I hoped. I haven't taken much of a look over here at the farm, but we've got a few farms up, but they're all lacking workers. Just not enough people. Just not enough people. So we'll have to work on that. And then I just noticed that this side I didn't have the power going into it well enough, so we'll fix that. I think we'll just have to do this and make sure that we've got power running along the edge so that they can all get power. All of these ones over here can go because the power's coming in from the bottom. And all of these can go because they don't need to power in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, so we're quickly building money. We've got 3 grand profit happening. Our park is taking people fairly regularly. We've got 50 through already. We'll level up pretty quickly. I don't know, 6 people this week. It's not making money yet, but it'll get there. Let's see if we can see anyone using it from the north. Probably don't have people up here yet. They just built the houses and they're still coming into the city. But there's some people using it. Just walking through. I think the ones in that park there are part of the park. But they're probably not actually. No, they're actual people. So there's a bunch of people visiting the park, which is good. More of that and we'll actually make money. And so yeah, this will actually probably turn into an actual real residential estate that I'm going to keep. Whereas the first one down here, there'll be modifications. I'll probably end up having residential in all this area, but it'll be moved away from the central road more, so this whole front section will probably go some time. But yeah, anyway, that's half an hour up again. We've made money, we've got the farms starting to grow, there's more and more of them popping in. I'll probably decrease the amount of industry down here again in the next session. We've got very little demand on all the types of demand, but there's some demand for everything. And we've got a park that's about to grow to level 2. Oh no, it needs a lot of visitors to get to level 2. It's got the entertainment for it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back again shortly with the next one. Bye.